Today on Suncoast View, keeping our kids safe on the way to school. 3 days of class, 3 bike riders hit by cars.
Are your teeth toxic? A Suncoast dentist tells us how mercury is in our mouth and it can cause major problems.
And get ready for some great energy from the Blue-Eyed Betties, back to perform with their folksy bluegrass style. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Candace McCallia and Mickey Williams back in town.
Yay!
Great to see you hosted together.
I know, I'm excited. We're like two little blonde, we're a thicker blonde bookend over here.
That's why we need you.
Yeah.
When you were on vacation, you probably haven't heard this story, we actually had to acknowledge the fact that we had 2 days in a row where everybody was blonde. And so we had a segment on dumb blonde jokes. At that point, you just have to make fun of yourself.
That is
but
ridiculous.
We absolutely needed you to balance us out.
I apologize to the viewers.
We apologize for what we do when Bobeth isn't here to stop us. So. All right, well, we have a good friend in the kitchen today who is not blonde. We want to say hi to Chef Hal from Harry's. Great to see you, Hal.
Good morning, ladies. How are you?
What are we making today?
We're doing a curried crab salad with watermelon and a little arugula on top of it.
Ooh, that sounds nice and summery.
It's very summery, very fresh, very light, and very flavorful.
All right, sounds good. We look forward to joining you in the kitchen. I wanted to take a minute and say thanks to Candace for putting something on Facebook this week in the middle of what has been a very tough news week that was so positive. Tell us about the Kindness Initiative, which we've actually talked about on the show, and how Sarasota schools are involved.
Yeah, so this was so awesome, and you are exactly right. It came at the perfect time when I think we all needed a little happiness and positivity. The Kindness Community is this effort that's been started locally, I think spearheaded by Jacqueline Moore, and Veronica Miller is really getting involved with this, and they came to the Sarasota County School District and asked the school board if they would make an official proclamation making the school board the first in Florida to officially proclaim themselves as part of the Kindness Community.
Oh. I love that.
And they did it. And
Yeah.
so Sarasota, right here in Sarasota, we're the first one in the entire state to be a part of this movement. And it's really all just about being nice to one another.
I have my little kindness rock in my cup
I love
to remind
that.
me.
Right, Goodwill Industries came and talked to all of us about the initiative, but I think, you know, first of all, to pass it down to the kids,
Yes.
so very important, and it's good to make a stand and just
It
show that our
is.
schools are proud of, you know, treating people right and being kind.
And it's really cute. You saw in the picture they were all holding those signs, and all of the school board members said they were going to keep them in their office and really keep it as a reminder to treat each other, you know, with kindness and carry it forward. So
Right, now we can get the teachers on board and the kids.
Yes.
So, all right, well, congrats to Sarasota Schools, and a big thanks to Goodwill, of course, for reminding us all how important it is. It is time for our first hot topic, and speaking of schools, back to school bike riding. It's been scary this week. 3 kids have been hit by cars in just 3 days on their bikes and as they've traveled to and from school. The latest incident sent a 15-year-old to All Children's Hospital via life flight. He was not wearing a helmet. Now, officials say all kids need to be reminded to cross the streets only at marked crosswalks and to walk their bikes across the road. But more importantly, the officials say it is the adults that need to pay attention to everything around them while driving. I really appreciated that advice because, you know, you can tell a kid something over and over and over, and they're kids, and they're still going to not wear their helmets because it isn't cool, and they're still going to think they're invincible and dart across the street. You know, how do we convince everybody to just keep their eyes open?
especially right when you're near the schools. I mean, be careful all the time, but the latest incident happened right in front of the school as, you know, parents were entering, and so it's very chaotic right there, you know, and car lines, and it can get crazy, and I think it's just super important to be completely observant and not text, and I mean, I don't know that was happening, but
just anything.
I got a reminder yesterday. I was pulled over by a trooper. I was at the light making a right turn, but I rolled through the crosswalk, and I wasn't really, you know, going fast or anything. But he was just like, he stopped me. It wasn't a ticket. It was just like, hey, I just want to remind you because look, if there was a kid coming through here and you did not make a full stop, you could have just, even if it was you're not driving fast, you could have hurt that child.
Right.
And it was just like, you know, for me, I was like, wow, that is a good reminder because you think you can stop at the crosswalk or at that intersection, but you're supposed to technically stop before the line.
And the bottom line is, you would have felt horrible had anything ever, and that's the thing for all of us as drivers. We'd obviously feel horrible if we ever did strike someone, but you forget that it is our responsibility even when the pedestrian
literally
makes a
just to stop before the line. And I get we all like to roll into the intersection a little bit, but even for me, I was just like, yeah, you're right. If I had stopped before the line, if someone was coming through the crosswalk, I would not have saw them if, you know.
Well, it's definitely the season to be careful because it's been a tough week for the kids. So a development debate continues to rage in Manatee County over valuable bayfront property. After a full day of feisty public input, Manatee commissioners did not vote on the Aqua by the Bay development. The project would be thousands of homes in a half-mile-long empty field on Sarasota Bay on El Conquistador Parkway. Opponents say this endangers our natural shoreline. Those in favor say the only way to transform West Manatee County is to create a project that drives investment. Candace, I'm going to pick on you a little bit because I know you have your ear to the development scene. How do you deal with something like this? Like, I know the West Manatee area really wants to come back and kind of get themselves back into a refurbishment area, but you know, there's no debating environmental concerns.
No, and it's really a struggle, and this is a very controversial topic. You know, the Planning Commission denied it, and now they're trying to get it through the County Commission. I would just say the projects that I've seen that have been the most successful are property owners and developers who make a really big effort to meet with neighborhoods and residents way in advance to gather their thoughts and gather their input and kind of implement that within their site plan and within their plan for development. It doesn't always work. It's not 100% successful, but when you're getting that input and you're actually implementing it, and I'm not really too familiar with this particular project, I'm not working on it or with it, but I know it's, you know, people are very sensitive about anything on the waterfront, anything to do with mangroves.
Well, and what about making the preservation part of the development? Lakewood Ranch has done a good job with that. I live in Fishhawk Ranch, and we have tons of areas where they were not allowed to touch the big old oak trees. You know, they just had to remain as is, and they built around them.
And I think that's probably the combination they're needing in this project. A lot of that, I know they have made some concessions already saying they would decrease the number of homes, but they still have been very adamant about that their development isn't going to impact the marshes and some of that area, but environmentalists are like, yeah, you haven't proved it to us, so now you have a clash.
But I will tell you, even when developers do all the right things and do preservation like it's been done in so many places, you have people complaining.
Yeah, somebody will always be unhappy.
Always be somebody.
Yeah, it's definitely a balance. So Royal Caribbean will have some eclipse excitement for passengers next week. Bonnie Tyler will sing her hit Total Eclipse of the Heart on the Oasis of the Seas. We all remember this, 1983. But listen to this. She's going to perform on the ship just as the moon sails across the sun Monday afternoon. The cruise ship is set to position itself in the path of totality for this critical moment. Now, this cracks me up. Totality is about 2 minutes and 40 seconds. The song is 4 minutes. So you're going to get a little more Bonnie Tyler than you are Eclipse.
Can't we do the view from the Oasis of the Seas? I mean, I'm totally down with that.
Is she going to say Total Eclipse of the Sun? Or
I don't know. Is she going to change it? I am looking for a parody online because you know there ought to be an awesome parody of the song.
I think it's genius.
I can sing it for you guys here.
No, please.
No,
And that's all right.
And we can record
I think
it
that having a cruise ship that could control where it goes, though, to see that was a great idea.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, it's been in the making.
it's what, angling the...
Yeah, absolutely. It's just sailing into the right part of the Atlantic.
Even if it's just all a hoax. I don't care. You got Bonnie Tyler, and clearly she's going to sing Total Eclipse. I'm willing to make a bet.
Coming out of
Total
retirement.
Eclipse of the Sun.
I love
It's
it.
not going to be the heart. It's going to be the sun.
That'll be interesting.
I love this idea.
All right, well, we have mentioned the term resting bee face before. You fill in the bee. You know, it's like that chronically crabby look. Well, here's a new option, rich poor face. Researchers at University of Toronto found that people can tell if someone is rich or poor by glimpsing at their face. The study used pictures. It asked people to divide them into categories about those who made $150,000 above a year and then below $35,000 a year. They were right 88% of the time.
Wow.
The second study used straight face photos and then divided more than 100,000 and less than 60,000. Less of a window, still right 52% of the time. The conclusion? Our brackets around our mouth and eyes and our overall appearance are related to happiness. What do you think?
I feel like the eyes tell everything, and you smile with your eyes.
Yeah,
so it's
that's for
kind of
sure.
like, you know, you can see if someone's unhappy. Especially as a makeup artist, I can tell like if one of my clients is having a bad time just by the way that they smile.
Or a
and their
hard
eyes.
life. You know, you can always
Yeah.
tell because of stress. To me, stress ages you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
but
does.
did they actually say, okay, just act like yourself, and we're going to take the survey, or
I
did
wouldn't
they
know what
say?
outfits they were wearing also.
Yeah, I mean, I wondered how this was. You know, hey, will you act happy, and we're going to see if we think you're rich or poor?
Well,
or
let's
were they
assume
just
there was
like,
outfit controls and jewelry out of the picture. You know, the things you can tell, pricey blouses and all that
Okay.
kind of thing. But, you know, to me, it does make sense because I do think between happiness showing in your face and stress aging you, and obviously if you've been in a low-income bracket your whole life, you've likely suffered stress financially as a result, and it would wear on your face.
Or the opposite, you know, making money requires a lot lot of effort, and sometimes that is stressful.
That's very true. But you can
So-
also fix that stress if you have enough money.
yes, you can.
There are ways we can get around this. So makeup is much more acceptable for everyone these days, men included. L'Oreal and Maybelline are discussing men's lines to help men look better in our selfie-based society. And high-end beauty lines are looking at beauty counters that cater to men. They're becoming more knowledgeable and comfortable using the products, and the companies think a sales space for men would provide a safe space so they could explore what works for them with professional advice. Mickey's dying to chime in.
I don't know about that.
Does this work? Are they wearing it?
We've been trying to do this since the 90s. I had a makeup line that I launched in South America because men were wearing makeup in South America. This was like way back when, like 94, 96. Men were already kind of like, hey, I'm going to use this buffer powder, or I'm going to use this. It was all repositioning the names. It just never caught on. I think now that it's okay to be, you know, bi, trans, everything, that makeup is out there, that if they want to now label it towards that kind of community rather than, I don't know that the straight man's going to pick up on it, but I do believe that a lot of guys that are kind of like, you know, there isn't really kind of like a heterosexual millennial, you know what I mean? That's not really kind of doing a lot of the stuff. They're getting their eyebrows waxed. You're already moving towards that, but I don't think that it's going to be like every mainstream where every man's going to walk out and get a pimple cover. I just don't believe it.
I feel bad about this. The same thing I tell teenagers. Once you start wearing makeup, you can't go back. It really does change your skin. So I want to tell all the men not to wear makeup, because if you look at a guy, most of the time their skin is very even. It looks good.
Yeah.
And then women are the ones that have all the other
You know what, though? If
Don't
a guy
do
gets a
it.
zit, why can't he cover it? Like, I
Exactly.
always feel bad for a guy with a big red
I mean,
zit.
they can
I'll
cover
cover
it.
mine.
I have
I
covered
know,
many of my
but would you be
boyfriends.
attracted to a guy that had
I
like
wouldn't. If you
powder
got
and
makeup on my
foundation
clothes,
right?
I'd be
See ya.
I think
right.
that's what I'm trying to say too, though, is that now that that's more acceptable, because if that's what you're looking for, if you're more accepting of that, but I think it's a generational thing where we're going
little
to
bit,
like,
yeah.
What if you gave a guy a hug and he left a makeup mark?
Oh, that would
have
be the
before.
end.
See, yeah, that
No,
would
but
not.
why? That's so horrible. You leave
I
makeup
know.
marks on people.
News anchors
But I'm a woman.
excluded.
But you guys,
News
I
anchors
put
are
makeup on men to do an interview. I do that. Half of my clients
understand.
are men. I
Our
do the
men
little
wear makeup
tweaks.
here.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Less shiny.
I mean, I understand that for television. If you're doing an interview and you're going to have lights on you, you know, it washes your skin out. But on an everyday
Right.
basis, just walking around, I don't want.
What if
I
a
don't
guy doesn't want to
guy.
look shiny on your date and he uses buff powder?
They have actual
no,
papers that you can dab with and it'll take the
But
oil out.
they have a shine cream. You know, they have something called anti-shine that I use on a lot of men. I use it on a lot of guys that are just basically getting off of a tennis court. You put it on them.
So that's a great idea.
But that is
I want to
considered
see a guy
makeup.
in his real.
I understand, but I go back to the same thing. Once you start wearing makeup, it changes your skin.
Yeah.
And you're no longer the even tone person you are. You're going to constantly need it.
Who'd have known that this would have been the debate of the day? Men and makeup.
It's the same thing I tell like teenagers, don't do it. Like
Right.
once you start,
It's
you can't
true.
go back.
All right. All
would
right.
not
We're
be
2 and 2 on
attracted
this one.
to a
I'm with
guy
Mickey. It
with
doesn't bother me at
makeup.
all.
No.
Really?
Doesn't bother me
But
at
where do you
all.
draw the line? Like, what about eyeliner? What about nail polish? What
Okay,
about?
I don't
mean,
know.
I dated a guy that
Stephanie,
wore nail
come on.
polish. He was just
Lipstick.
a hipster.
Lipstick.
You know what
All
I
right.
mean? Like,
nail polish, I
yes.
can
We'll
totally
see what
actually,
happens.
but,
We'll
yeah.
see what happens. All right, we're going to check out our happy hour forecast, and when we come back, what mercury could mean in your mouth. Stay with us.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert forecast for this happy hour. We're looking at some showers finally getting back into the picture now. Some heavier rain earlier near Bayshore Gardens, northwest Bradenton, stretching down toward the airport, has since moved on, but Other showers will start to pop up here and there. The heaviest rain by far now down in South Sarasota County near Inglewood and stretching to the north near Venice, but most of it now just to the east again of Northport as it pushes off to the southeast. You can see some light rain falling across western portions of Manatee County. Currently, after some rain near downtown, it's starting to lessen, 81 degrees. The heat index has cooled. That's nice, dew point 74. We have a west-northwest wind at 5 miles an hour. Well, the satellite imagery indicating we have a system developing there just to the east of the islands and pushing off toward the west. We'll have an update on that and what that storm system is expected to do. A little bit more moisture back into play. Details and all that coming up at 5. See.
The most poisonous naturally occurring substance on the planet may be in your mouth. It is mercury, and it's used in more than half of the fillings that dentists use. Suncoast dentist Dr. Jill Morse is here to explain the toxic troubles that may be in our teeth. This is so shocking. Mercury?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
The only safe place they deem to put it is in the mouth.
Which obviously makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
And mercury is actually dangerous.
Yes, yeah, they close down schools if there's a broken thermometer, and one filling has as much mercury as a thermometer.
Can you imagine? Well, explain why is it typically used in fillings?
It started in the late 1800s, and it was a cheap way of doing it, and it really did split the dental environment then. The dentists actually split into different groups. And the group that formed the ADA is the one that kept the mercury, and so it's still 50% of the dentists are using the mercury.
The ADA.
But you remove them for people, correct?
Yes, yes, I remove them because the mercury is not only toxic to the body and the health and the environment. Dentists put 28 tons of mercury into our environment now, and it's going all over our crops and into the air and the rivers. And when we cremate people, they are actually banning, certain countries are wanting to take the mercury fillings out of the teeth before they cremate people.
Oh, wow. It's that serious. Why is it in our mouth while we're alive?
Exactly, yeah.
So we were just watching a video where I guess they were trying to make the mercury. Is that what that is? Like, you know, I don't know if we can put it back up, but so it's like you see the green substance and you see it going in. So is this the process of making that?
No, that is an old 25-year-old mercury filling that was in someone's mouth, and it shows the mercury off-gassing. So your fillings...
That's coming out of your teeth?
Off your teeth, into your lungs, your brain, into the body. And so the mercury off-gasses the whole time you have these fillings. And when you drink something warm, when you chew, the rubbing, he's actually rubbing that filling with a pencil eraser. The other thing the mercury fillings do is they expand when you eat or drink something hot, and that will break your teeth. So a lot of people end up with crowns and things like that. And I just had a patient this week that lost 2 teeth because of her mercury fillings. So
what are fillings, a typical filling made out
Yes.
of? And then what is the other alternative?
well, the mercury fillings are 45 to 55% mercury, and they have an amalgamation of metals like tin and zinc and cadmium.
And those
when
are the
they're-
silvery ones that you see in people's
Yes,
mouths?
so the silver fillings are half mercury.
Okay.
Alternatives, like when I take those out, you have to really be careful when you take the mercury fillings out, because the patient will get a big dose of mercury. So it's almost like a hazmat unit where I'm wearing a respirator, my patient is on a different airway, I have ionizers in the room, and the patient, we try not to get any mercury in their system because it really messes up the immune system, causes leaky gut. They find it, and it goes to the heart valves in the heart, and they're saying, heart attacks and things like that.
When I was young, I had 8 fillings, all mercury, literally, all backs. They ended up taking them out like maybe, I don't know, somewhere in my early college years.
Wow. So do you think there's a lot of people that don't even realize it? I mean, Bobeth had hers removed.
Yeah.
People don't realize that that's what's in their mouth.
And I didn't know. My dentist said you should take these out. So, what are they doing now, and how can dentists still be using the mercury?
Well, it is still taught in the dental schools, and it's still part of the board process of becoming a dentist. So they're still, the American Dental Association still says that they're okay.
But there's alternatives,
Yes,
so you
tell
can
us
use
about
other
those.
substances.
Yes, yeah.
What are
they're,
those
they're resin composites. I haven't placed a mercury filling in 25 years.
Wow, okay.
And I've been a dentist for 31 years. So, you know, you can very successfully place a resin composite, and it's strong, it seals the tooth, it doesn't expand so it doesn't break the teeth, and it's much, much safer. But I must say, with mercury attaches to blood vessels, it causes autoimmune diseases and things like that, that you really have to be careful when they're removed. I always recommend people have them removed because they will break your teeth, and they're off-gassing, and they do cause, they're a neurotoxin, and your brain's here and your mouth is here, and this is off-gassing.
Nice.
But you need the right person, obviously, to remove
You
them.
need to be protected, or else you get a big dose at the time, and into the lungs, into the intestines, and there's a lot of health. All you have to do is go to YouTube and IAOMT, and there is so much information and research, and you can learn everything you need to learn.
Well, Dr.
about
Jill,
that.
this is great information. Now, if you guys want to get more information about how to get them out your mouth, you want to go to Dr. Jill's website. And then, thank you so very much. And then coming up next, McCurdy's headliner is here, and we'll get some laughs out of him. We'll be right back.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Our next guest is truly an international and very diverse star. He just came off of a world tour. His comedy series is produced in both Greek and English. He has his own cooking line, and he's a renowned voice actor. Welcome McCurdy's headliner, Basil.
Thank you so much.
Like
Good
the
to be here.
herb.
Like the herb, yes.
So the cooking line was appropriate.
Listen, where was I going to go? I'm Greek, and I have named after a seasoning. Where else could I go? And again, as I said earlier, my mother Rosemary, father Herb. Thank you for the great sense of humor.
Do you have a brother named Oregano?
No, but my sister, who's in a mental institution, Meg, she's a nut. But that's another type of story for another time. Anyway,
Oh, no.
It's good to be here. Listen, I'm surrounded by women like I am at home, and I feel that either I have to do yard work, or I have to paint, or I got to do something. I'm just waiting for you all to tell me to do something.
Just say yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
A couple ladders.
And then you're talking about makeup, and listen, Sarasota really is not good. I have straight hair like all of you, and this is the humidity is not. It's really not doing anything for me. And then you're talking about makeup.
The worst.
I'm like, listen, I've done everything I can. Makeup does not work for me. It doesn't work for me. I try.
Mickey can try. Yeah.
Oh my God, no, honey, trust me, it doesn't work. She looked at me. She goes, "You're beautiful." Really? She is such a liar. She truly is a liar. No, but it's nice to come here. I love Sarasota and I do my show in Greek and I do my show in English, and it's so nice to have a kind of a diverse, different type of an audience. I've never played McCurdy's before.
Oh, great.
This is my first time in Sarasota, and
really?
yeah, thank you so much. I didn't know how close it was to Tampa, and I flew from Tampa to Sarasota.
No, you
I thought it was like towards Miami.
Stop
and
it. You did
yeah,
not.
the plane. Listen, I was like, what gate do I go to? And the woman goes, "Gate, you just got to go outside." Really? Before I buckled took off, and I was going to go to the bathroom. I said, "You got to sit down. We're landing." Really, this is tremendous. So we finally got here, but I really love the area. It's fantastic, and I'm going to be going to. I have my own food line. I'm seeing all the food that's set up here.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I had nowhere else to go with my seasonings, so I have blends of seasonings, and now we're bringing different types of products. We're bringing moussaka, pastizo that's frozen. You can microwave. We're going to go ahead and do dolmades, and we have my own Greek hummus that's coming out right now under the basil label. So we're very, very excited. We're going to do various dips, chips, and so before, I'm doing the comedy. I'm doing this, and I do a lot of voice work as well. I'm the voice of Bullwinkle for Universal Studios.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that.
That's so cool.
That was kind of like an afterthought in your bio, and we were all like, whoa, that's a big deal.
Bill Scott was the original voice, and I'm a redubbing master, so I fixed the original cartoons that were made from 1959, early 61. And so what I was basically doing is I couldn't speak English when I was a kid. I couldn't speak English at all.
No, you spoke Greek?
I spoke Greek. So the only thing I would sit there, of course, the great pacifier when we were kids was what? The television. So when my mother put me in front of the thing, and I would start talking to my mother like Bullwinkle in Greek. So I'm going, my mom goes, all right, that's it. We got to teach him English.
Awesome.
So I started doing that as a kid, and little by little did I never knew I was going to be a voice actor and comedian. So it just kind of worked out.
That's super cool.
It's not too bad. I really truly enjoy it. It's really, really nice.
You should do a whole comedy set in Bullwinkle's voice.
You think so? You think that would work?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, no, but it's actually very, very cool to be able to do that. I've done a lot of stuff. I don't know if any of y'all watched ESPN.
Yeah, absolutely.
We did a thing. There's a 30 for 30 special we did called The Legend of Jimmy the Greek. And I was the voice of Jimmy the Greek Schneider. And we got nominated for an Emmy, which was a great feather in my cap, which was really a lot of fun to do. And just to be able to hang out, and then I learned so much. I learned about dentistry, and I found out I'm going to die. I can't find makeup, and it's like I got food waiting for me.
Yeah, we end on a high note in the kitchen, I promise. All right, you aren't going to want to miss Basil. We are thrilled to have him here at McCurdy's Comedy Theater through August 20th. You can get their website for more tickets and information. All right, get ready. Next, we're going to sing along with the Blue-Eyed Bettys.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Growing up, my mom was afraid of the water, something she did not want me to feel.
So I enrolled Missy in swim lessons.
It changed my life.
Missy Franklin.
And now you can do the same for someone that you love.
There's nothing more precious than your child's well-being.
So act now, before it's too late.
Make us swim! I'm glad I did.
Thanks, Mom. Visit usaswimmingfoundation.org to find, get, or give a swim lesson.
Sometimes the best combinations happen by accident. Today's singers met at the Suncoast, Florida Studio Theater while doing a play, and then they realized they make beautiful and lively music together. Here are the Blue-Eyed Bettys in today's Sounds of the Suncoast. Take it away.
I just seen her face, I can't forget the time or place where we just met. She's just the girl for me, and I want all the world to see we met. Die, 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 falling, yes I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. I have never known the likes of this. I've been alone and I have missed things and kept out of sight. For other girls were never quite like this. Die, 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 die. Falling, yes I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. I said falling, yes I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again.
A tense couple moments, but your song just kind of calmed me down. Good. So, okay, introduce yourself for me.
Go ahead.
Daniel. I'm Daniel. Daniel Imond. I play the banjo.
I'm Sarah Hunt.
I'm Ben Mackel.
And
I'm Croy Presley. I play the bass.
Croy Presley on the bass. Right, that's right. And I remember you guys the last time you were here. Great music. So tell me, what got you your name?
Oh, well, we all have blue eyes.
Oh.
And we're sort of named in honor of my grandmother, Betty.
Oh, I wondered who Betty was.
Yeah, and finding a good band name is one of the hardest things in the world, but it stuck, so we settled on Blue-Eyed Betties, yeah.
In addition to that, you guys are also actors.
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
That's right. That's sort of our day job. Is
Yeah,
acting.
so how does that work? I mean, acting gigs can be all over the place. Music gigs can be all over the place. How do you like merge these calendars?
It's a lot of scheduling, and it's pretty crazy and hectic to schedule it all. Because if one of us gets a really great acting gig, then we can't go on the road because we like to tour a lot. So you know, it just takes a lot of sitting down with the calendar.
Does that make it mean that if someone gets a gig, you're going to be making music in that area where the gig is?
That happens a lot. That happens a lot.
That's really great. I mean, the support I feel from you guys, like you recognize that, you know, gigs are hard to get. If somebody gets a good one, the rest of the group regroups. I mean, not everybody has that kind of harmony, so to speak. But
nicely done.
Well, you guys are, again, you know, you've been on the Suncoast before, but what makes you keep coming back to Sarasota? What's your favorite part?
Oh man, this community just supports the arts so much. It's the perfect place to start a band. You know, for such a small town, to have so many artistic elements like the ballet and the opera and how many theaters and so many bands and music. It's just a great place to be.
All right,
yeah, I mean, and the sort of open mic scene, it's really a very incredibly tight-knit group of musicians. If you go to an open mic at a Growler's pub or a Cock and Bull, you will see the same usual suspects playing amazing songs, making music,
Very
and it's
supportive music.
Wonderful musical family.
And high quality suspects as well.
Yeah, a lot of good music happening around here. That's for sure.
All right, and you guys are going to play for us again, but you're at Florida Studio Theater. And we're going to get another taste of what you're going to be showing everyone.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll let you play, and then we'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, again, you guys can hear the Blue Eyed Betties at Florida Studio Theater through August the 20th. Visit their website for more tickets and information. All right, you guys, play us out.
Talking about the Sweet Kentucky Banshee. Talking about the sweet Kentucky Banshee. Talking about the sweet Kentucky Banshee. She got me thinking that right all night. She makes me feel alright. Singing to the moon every single night. Talking about the sweet Kentucky Banshee. Talking about the sweet Kentucky Banshee. Giving me sweet, sweet loving every night. I'm talking about the sweet Kentucky pretty face mama. Gonna take her by her pretty little hand. Gonna take her into town. Gonna swing her around on the dance floor. Talking about the pretty mama. Go! Oh, mama, you're pretty.
Yeah.
Mama, you're pretty.
Yeah.
Whip me up a batch of those homemade brownies. Mama, you're pretty.
Yeah.
Mama, you're pretty. Yeah. Jump down, turn around, give it to me. That smile's gonna be the death of me. Talking about the sweet Kentucky Banshee. Talking about the sweet Kentucky Banshee. She got me thinking that right.
Oh,
She makes me feel alright.
Singing to the moon every single night. Sweet Kentucky Banshee.
Talking about the
Sweet Kentucky Banshee. Giving me sweet, sweet loving every night.
I'm talking about the sweet Kentucky pretty face mama. Gonna take her by her pretty little hand. Gonna take her into town. Swing her.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
No theater lover's bucket list is complete without the classic black comedy Arsenic and Old Lace. Two adorable old ladies who just happen to poison their tenants and bury them in their basement. Fun and farcical, this hilarious play is heating up the summer at the Players Center from August 9th through the 20th. Call 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll die laughing when you see Arsenic and Old Lace.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what we're working on right now for 5 o'clock. After 3 students are hit by vehicles on their way to or from school this week, troopers offer some advice for both drivers and students to stay safe. And we'll show you how some companies that replace windshields are causing car insurance rates to rise here in Florida. Let's get a check on our weather now with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob.
Scott, some showers around this afternoon. Finally, you see a little bit of rainfall on the lens here of the camera. as we look out over Sarasota Bay, but then it clears out of here fairly quickly. There are still some showers over Charlotte County right now. Some light rain still lingering across parts of the Suncoast. We have the outflow boundary continuing to race off to the southeast right now. Not much going on, as I mentioned, into Manatee and Sarasota counties as things have calmed down there somewhat. And we are looking at a slight chance for a few evening showers.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Once you get atrial fibrillation, you need to have a very close relationship with your primary doctor. Prevention is the whole ball game here, because once you have a stroke, you can't undo it. A year without stroke, it's a year that you can enjoy doing the things that you've worked all your life to finally get to do. You took care of yourself. You did what is necessary for you to be around one more year. And then next year, we'll celebrate one more year without a stroke.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Welcome back. Well, we hate to think about it, but as we age, our skin sags. I know, it's true. And the sagging skin on our face actually makes us look older and more tired. So today, our beauty expert, Mickey Williams, has a way to give our skin a lift without a true facelift.
Absolutely. And who wants to get a facelift? Think about all the downtime that you have to go through. This is minimally invasive, and this is amazing. This is called Silhouette Instalift. And I want you to take a look at this little string right here, and what this string has on it are these little tiny cones, okay? And how this works is a simple procedure to kind of recontour your face. You're lifting the deeper layers of your skin for a more youthful appearance. Wow. It's immediate results with minimal downtime. Here's how it works. It basically goes into those deeper layers of the skin, and what it's going to do is it's going to instantly lift where you need it. The labial folds, those jowl lines all around there. What's incredible is over time, what you're going to see is the restorative volume by stimulating collagen. So this is actually amazing. So while you have this in your skin, it basically is stimulating your collagen for you to create more volume in the areas that you need it. It's genius. Another thing that's amazing about it, FDA cleared since 2015. Another incredible part about it is that it actually dissolves. It lasts up to 2 years, so there's no removal. It takes about 45 minutes in the office. It's absolutely, people are going gangbusters over it. It's unbelievable because you basically go in, you just have a, you're completely awake, you just get lidocaine.
Right,
and you go right in there and you're out in 45 minutes. You have an instant lift to your skin, and over time it pays off with that kind of collagen production that's going to give you volume where you want it. Again, genius, it dissolves, so there's no post kind of procedure. Awesome. The results are beautiful. I want to show you the before and afters. They're absolutely amazing. Look at this woman's jawline, okay? I want to show you. Crazy. It is absolutely incredible. And this is basically without filler, anything in her face. She's just, right, that's before, and then you see 6 months later, she's created volume in the area. You see the nasal labial fold. You see that horrible thing that happens right here around our chins where it starts to kind of jowl out. That is smoothed out to create that youthful appearance. No, she doesn't have to go and have everything pulled back, cut skin. None of that has to happen. No, minimal recovery time, if any. You're basically immediate results with minimal recovery time.
That's amazing.
And no scars.
You see it right away.
Right away, and it's unbelievable. So you're thinking about, what is this made of? What are we using this? What is this kind of material made out of? And it's really just super. It's called PLGA. Now I'm no doctor, but I can tell you what this is used for is basically in a lot of medical medical devices, they use this material. It's your body is well known to tolerate. They use it in a lot of different kinds of lifting services or kind of things that they do to your skin. So it's so incredible. We've been using this material forever, and those tiny little cones keep it in place in that deeper layer of your skin. I talked to the guy from the brand yesterday, and I'm like, oh my God, this is probably one of the most amazing things I've seen in a long time. And when I looked at all of the before and afters, I was blown away. But the best part about all of this is that he said his top #1 doctor is located right here in Bradenton, which is mind-blowing. It's
I love
unbelievable.
that.
It's Dr.
Aw.
Susan Winkle, and I actually can't wait to interview her about it because she's been doing a lot of these procedures. Again, what we're seeing is just up to 2 years. You don't have to cut. And you know, this is that area of your face where you start to see, you know, just a little bit of a tweak right there. But think about it. You're not only just pulling it back, you're actually putting in this device that's going to actually stimulate your own body's collagen. It's the good collagen. It's not the collagen that creates scar tissue or anything like that. It's the collagen that actually stimulates volume and creates around this. So it's kind of like a no-brainer, and it's about $3,000 to $3,500
I was going to ask that.
against that $12,000 that we're seeing facelifts cost. So it's beautiful. It works on all skin types. It works on everyone, and they're seeing a lot of men go for this because there is no sign that you've had anything done. You're just naturally
right, because you can usually
lifted.
see if you look hard enough most people's result, you know, little scars of a facelift. It's almost like, why would anybody do that if you could do this?
We also see a lot of people get a lot of filler here, and they get that apey kind of thing to plump up the skin. This is incredible because you're just pushing this back a little bit, and you're creating your own natural collagen. It blows my mind. Silhouette Instalift is really going to kind of change everything, and you can go to instalift.com to find out more. But also, they have a physician's finder on there too, where you can find a physician if Dr. Susan Winkle isn't in your area. So.
And it's great to know it's being done right here on the Suncoast, so it's something you can look out. Also, more details at thermi.com. So we appreciate Mickey. Always great to hear the latest things that we can do to look better. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Manasota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Manasota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Manasota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Manasota Flooring today.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential. There's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline. If you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death, you must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
And the concussions have been right around 50 student athletes having concussions diagnosed and being seen by physicians during the school year.
It's America's game, but with the dangers of concussions being linked to football, will this change the minds of those suiting up? I'm Alan Cohn. Players and high school coaches huddle on the traffic.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Okay, we've all had that moment where you're like, oh my gosh, I put my ring down somewhere. Where is it?
Yes.
Well, devastation turned to delight in a garden in Canada. A woman lost her wedding ring in 2004. So her daughter-in-law, 13 years later, was pulling out carrots and found a ring wrapped around one of a very strange looking carrot as well. So, but the woman never told anybody she lost her ring and actually just got a replacement. So it was this huge surprise. It was years into the making to the whole family. Guess what? A 1-carat diamond.
No. Wow. And you were telling me the oregano thing wasn't going to fly.
All right, so it's corny joke day.
That's hilarious.
I'm going to pick on Bobeth because I will never forget the morning Bobeth came in and had a big confession to make.
Yeah. So I lost my ring for almost 2 weeks. And this is when I was married, of course. But I didn't tell him because it was like, it's a Tory diamond. It was like.
But we noticed.
Yeah.
We were like, where's your ring?
It was crazy. And I was like, I couldn't find it. And finally, I found it in the fridge in like a little, it was wrapped up in like one of those little containers of like to-go containers.
But when did you put it in a to-go container?
I don't know. I must have took it off to eat the food. I don't know what I did. But I just have a lot of to-go containers in my fridge, and I'm happy I went through it before I threw it away.
Oh my God. We've all had the scare. All right, we are ready to go to the kitchen and join Hal from Harry's Continental Kitchen. We'll see you in a minute.
When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
I'm Alan Cohn. Concussions and football, they go hand in hand. Some NFL players are quitting. Do you still want your kids to play?
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Haley Wilkes. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. A house fire on Siesta Key shuts down one of the island's busiest roads, what investigators think sparked this fire. And taking a quick look at Suncoast Traffic Watch, which at Traffic Alert lets the traffic is backed up on I-75 as you see the red there. That's mostly in the northbound lanes near University Parkway. Now let's head over to Bob with the first alert forecast.
Well, traffic is jammed up in the Atlantic now. We're watching 3 separate systems. This one is going to be Harvey here very soon, maybe as of 5 o'clock this afternoon. It is moving to the west, and there are tropical storm warnings up already for parts of the islands there in the eastern Caribbean. This one also could be Irma down the road, and this one we'll have to watch very closely. We'll have all the details on those storms and where they may be heading coming up at 5 o'clock. We had some rainfall around today, some showers still lingering to our
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration. Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here. Because
why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds. No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm going to show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch The Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace?
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-683-9262.
Coming up Friday at 4 on Suncoast View, will the Suncoast have power problems during the total solar eclipse? We're going to talk to energy experts about what could happen during our hours of reduced sunlight and what it means for your home. Our beauty expert, Mickey, is back with some cool products to get us ready for a new season, plus a Caribbean-themed Sounds of the Suncoast. And Jack Dusty at the Ritz-Carlton joins us in the kitchen. Welcome back. Go ahead.
Yeah, welcome back. We're in the kitchen right now with Chef Hal from Harry's Continental Kitchen. And what are we making?
Well, thanks for having me, first of all. It's always a pleasure to be here. Today we have a curried crab salad. It's going to be over some nice summer watermelon with a little baby arugula salad on top of that. So a nice light summertime dish, starter. I don't know if it would be a main course, but it's a really nice appetizer / salad type of a deal.
All right, let's get started. How do we make
We've already started. I've already diced up fresh Fiji apple and a little white onion, and I'm sauteing it in a little bit of olive oil. I've got saffron in there, and the yellow curry is in there as well.
So you know I thought this was the crab.
You did.
That's a concern.
Crab with a K, right? So once we get this sauteing, it takes about 5 minutes. We're going to deglaze the pan with just a, it says a teaspoon of water. So just a little bit to get the flavors from the bottom of the pan.
I never do that.
It'll also help the dried herbs kind of release flavor and not be so gritty like when you make it in the salad. So we got that going. We're going to add this to the mixing bowl.
We get a whiff over here now.
Doesn't it smell good?
Saffron and curry and everything nice.
And basil, where is he?
We have mint and cilantro, no basil today. So we have this. We're going to add the mayonnaise to the mixture here.
Right? I'm just going to drink and watch.
You just drink and watch. I've also got a half of a lime that we're going to put in here to give it a little bit of citrus.
Okay.
My favorite tool in the kitchen is that squeezer.
Yeah, for drinks and for food. I have a mixture here of cilantro and fresh mint that we're going to put a little bit of that in there.
Mint, really?
If you'll grab the whisk, we can whisk this all together.
Wow, that is one whisk.
So this is going to be our dressing for the crab salad. A nice Florida watermelon here.
Good.
We'll let that come together for a minute. So I'll make a few slices here. So you can cut the watermelon however you like. I like to do it in a little triangle. You cut the rind off of it. That dressing looks perfect, so let that sit and marry for a second.
Nice job.
I'm going to
I see.
get these going here.
Oh, cool. So does the watermelon kind of add a sweetness to the spice of the
Yeah,
of
it
the
kind of
crab
can.
then?
Yeah, it definitely. It contrasts to flavors and textures. The watermelon is just so darn good this time of the year.
Yeah. I know. I'll just eat that.
I know.
Right, you can't throw that away. So now we have our crab over here. So what we're going to do is we are going to.
Here, let me take.
Real good. We don't need all this for all this crab, but I think that'll be about enough. Get rid of the excess here.
Do I mix it?
So yep, we're going to mix this up. Put a little salt and pepper in it.
That is amazing.
So then you have this wonderful curried crab salad.
Wow.
Looks great.
You kind of just dollop it around on the.
Who would ever think to put crab salad on top of watermelon?
A good chef.
Yeah.
How?
It's so delicious.
So you got all that wonderful things going on there. Then we have a little bit of baby arugula here. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil on a dressing, a little more lime just for the acid. So instead of using a vinegar, we're just using a little lemon juice. A little more salt and pepper. And then I'll just use them. That's more than hand gloves, so we just use our hands for this.
So just simple on the arugula.
Very, very simple. It's a very simple dish, and then you just kind of, scatter it over the top.
That is the prettiest thing.
That is the prettiest thing. Now, Hal, tell us about your new menu.
Oh, well, here's the thing. If you want to come to Harry's soon, you have 8 days left to do it. 10 days we're open, so 8 days to come for dinner. We've got our August prefix that's been going since the first of the month, and that's available. Still $32, still part of Savor Sarasota.
Which is amazing. You've done that all summer.
You were here last month, and I know you had a great time.
We did.
This is a wonderful new menu. We've got homemade ricotta with honey whipped into it. Ooh. We have our smoked salmon on top of that with crispy capers and a little microgreens, and then a little caraway seed dust. So we took the caraway seeds, we toasted them, and then we put them in a spice grinder and just made like a little bit of a...
So creative.
There's so many different levels of flavors there. The one up front is our tomato pie. It's a baked tomato pie. There's croutons, there's like a tomato salad, and then it's topped with pimento cheese. Yeah, definitely. So
and they're digging in down there. And a great wine list and a nice rosé.
Oh, and this pairs perfectly with the French rosé from Provence. We also have our Shanghai salad over there, which is on the thing, and then our crab dynamite top sea scallops with this risotto is so banging. It's got ginger, green onions, and coconut milk.
All right, you've convinced us. A great summer menu, and of course, still Savor Sarasota prices at Harry's Continental Kitchen. Thanks for joining us.
You're
Mickey,
welcome.
we'll see you tomorrow. Candace, enjoy. Thanks for being here. Take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.